Apparently, the number of people in Canada who profess no religion is growing quite rapidly. It went from 16.5% 10 years ago to 24% just recently reported. That's just in a decade. A decade ago, people would know where they stand as far as Christianity, not Christianity, religion, no religion. Now there's a whole section, one of the fastest growing sections in the North America, called the nones. What's your religion? Answer: none. That's a huge paradigm shift in just a short time. Carey Nieuwhof is a Canadian, kind of a broadcaster, blogger, podcaster, former church pastor, might even still pastor church, I'm not sure. But anyway, he reported on this, and he said, rather than being met with a wall of hostility, Christians are mostly being met with a wall of indifference and perceived irrelevance. So what do? We can't assume that pretty much everybody in the Western world has heard about Jesus. We just can't assume that anymore. We can't assume that they're going to turn to him in their crisis times. In fact, it's most likely nowadays that people will turn to Siri and Alexis or Google for their problem solving. In fact, how do you reach people who are really decent human beings and who don't have any perceived needs? In other words, life is good, they're comfortable. Why do they even need to think about God? That's a good question. Well, one of the things we need to do is build relationships with people who don't know Jesus, whether they're well off and doing excellent in the community, or whether they're poor and obviously needy. That's one major shift that COVID has really brought out, I think, is that it's really not about the building. I mean, we knew that forever. We've preached that forever. We kept saying all along, oh, church is people, not a building. We knew that in our heads, but now that's really shifted down into our hearts. It's dropped down. The church is people connecting with other people and telling and showing them about the good news of Jesus Christ. So at CCLF, we still need to shift a little bit in our thinking to not having something every night for Christians to do to keep people busy, so that they can get involved in their kids' school, so that they can get involved in a sports team and play on a team in the community, or to be out there, like get the salt, as it were, out of the salt shaker and onto the meal where it can do some good. Now, I know that's kind of a lot of metaphorical language, but salt only fulfills its purpose when it's out of the box and seasoning life. I'm just saying that we need to be intentionally touching people. We need to be out there with them. Now, a key to this is that we do need to connect somehow to our brothers and sisters on a life group and in a gathering together in a weekend, for instance. We need to be equipped. We need to be connected, encouraged in ministry. And then get out there. This is true 2020 vision. I've said it for a long time about Acts 2020, where they met together in homes, but also in the public square, as in the larger gathering. It's a both and type thing. And when you are out there interacting with people who seemingly got it all together, you can still be confident that they are on a quest. They are on a quest for more, because we know that God-shaped vacuum that God created in them, that only he can fill. And so you can speak to that. You can ask questions like, have you ever thought about, man's search for meaning? Or have you ever wondered about just if there's more to all of this? Have you ever thought about the God question? Chances are they have. And chances are they've actually probably done some of their homework. They might have done a lot of it. So you need to be ready with the reason for the hope that you have. And you need to be like Jesus and answer with gentleness and respect. Gentleness for their souls, respect for their intelligence. As we continue to move through, maybe to the end of this COVID crisis, and maybe even into another one, who knows? God forbid. We all need to keep thinking and rethinking about what it means to be a Christian, to follow Christ in these days, and to be good news in our neighborhood. So the question is, what are we all about? What are we all about? Is Jesus truly everything? If he is your life and breath, he's going to flow out of you in an attractive aroma. That's the aroma of Christ. If he's not everything, if we're consumed with other things, that's going to flow out. So what's in will come out. That's the truth.